a Victorian Labor senator. His name is Raf Ciccone. He took a swipe at the ABC's John Lyons, that's one of their senior reporters, for accusing Anthony Albanese of spreading political propaganda over their position. He said if standing with the women beaten in the streets is propaganda, if opposing the execution of protesters is propaganda, if resisting nuclear blackmail is propaganda, then we have lost our moral compass. Dee Dee, it's not often that I actually agree with Labor, but, you know, he's spot on here. John Lyons has conducted himself, in my view, a disgrace this week.
Absolutely, and I've made note of that, Danica, that you're backing them on this particular issue. Look, I think with the ABC, when you think in broad terms, if you think of the ABC and what you're going to read there, you know that you're going to get something biased. But I think when coverage and when there's reporting on the ABC and content on the ABC regarding something like what's happening in the Middle East at the moment, in other words, we're facing absolute evil, there should be no bias at all. There should be no ability for anyone to make an accusation of propaganda. I just think it's the ABC continually delivering what we've become used to them delivering, and I agree with Prue and yourself. Take away their funding. We don't need them anymore. They don't deliver what we used to be able to, or we weren't able to get before social media and so many other options as far as media goes.
No, exactly. I mean, it's in their charter that they have to be impartial, and they have done the exact opposite. It's just absolutely appalling. Now, look, we've got to talk about Kyle Sandilands and Jackie O. Gee, what a fascinating story. They have apparently both lawyered up, as you can imagine. There's millions involved amid their recent fallout, with ARN deeming Sandilands' behaviour an act of serious misconduct and a breach of his contract, and of course a contract between the two of them which the pair had recently signed. It was worth about $200 million across 10 years. It's all over, isn't it, Prue? Wow. Wow.
Now the soap opera, the reality show, do you feel?
I think so too.
I mean, really, give us a break. I mean, the interesting thing is ARN's share price has gone up since they've been dumped. So maybe there's hope yet.
Maybe. I don't know. I'd be curious to know what happens. Dee Dee, what's your take on this?
Well, I myself was part of a radio duo, and may I say a reasonably successful one, for more than 35 years, half of the Grubby and Dee Dee pair. And so I think I understand that the pressures of this particular working relationship can be intense. It's also a unique relationship, but the main thing at the very heart of it is trust. And when I first read this blow-up, I thought, gosh, is that all it was? How on earth did this bring them undone? What that tells me is that there must have been a lot more going on behind the scenes. This is just the final straw in what was something that's obviously been building up between the two of them, because that particular incident to me looked like something that could have been discussed and sorted out if they are the good friends that we're led to believe that they've been for all these decades that they've been working together. It's also surprising to me, I wonder why the blowtorch hasn't been put on whoever thought it was a good idea in the first place to network that show. Networking radio programs does not work. There are very rare exceptions, Hamish and Andy being one example, but it very, very rarely works, and it certainly didn't work trying to send that show into Melbourne.
No, because people want local content in their states. I don't know why they ever did that. Look, I'm fascinated to be a fly on the wall to figure out what happened. Seriously. Dee Dee Dunlevy, Prue McSween, nice to see you both. Thanks very much for joining me on the show.
Thank you.